Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic for a puzzle I'm really looking forward to. We'll get to that in a moment. First of all, I do want to mention that on Patreon in 4 days' time, it'll be time for the December reward puzzle. Congratulations to RJ Powers and all the other hundreds of people who got the answer to the last one, which was about 45 puzzles of entertainment. This next one, just 4. Don't worry, everybody can have a go at it. Do join us on Patreon and get ready for that one. There will, as usual, be a prize for the first person drawn out after we've collated all the entries on the 20th of December, which is obviously just before Christmas. So a good time for a prize. That's on Patreon. Now, this puzzle has appeared on Discord. Patreon and Discord you can find your way to through the links under the puzzles and under the video, and that's also where you can find your way to Sven's SUDOKU PAD, which is now on PC on Steam. Fantastic. The first link under the video after the puzzle is to that, and to all our apps. Now, also, you can find our merchandise on this page as well under store, and if you look at our merchandise, some of it, you will see this logo appearing that we see in this puzzle. And that's because this was one logo we designed about 3 years ago to represent the channel. And it's also on the banner of our main YouTube page. So you will recognize it from this. This is that banner just next to the handsome devil on the right. We have the Cracking the Cryptic logo. Now this logo is actually a puzzle in itself. If you use the letters of Cracking the Cryptic, you can place them in the circles in such a way that you can trace a path from circle to circle, spelling out the whole of Cracking the Cryptic. There's only one way to fill it to achieve that. So I was quite pleased with the logo, but I'm even more pleased to see that a Spartacus has baked it into a puzzle called Crack a Sandwich, which features sandwich Sudoku and between lines Sudoku. And I'm really looking forward to having a go at this. Now, this is a bit of a double. I think Simon's been attempting a Florian Wertmann and Ikchu's puzzle based on a bit of grid that appears behind our Discord logo, apparently. I wouldn't know where to look for that myself. But anyway, at least I know where this appears, where it came from, what it does. Maybe, if I remember at the end of the video, we will have time to have a look at how you would fill this with Cracking the Cryptic, but I might not. And I ask you to bear in mind that I've been feeling a bit under the weather this last week and have now had a COVID jab yesterday, the booster. So who knows what's coursing around my veins. I'm not feeling 100%, I have to say, but that's my excuses up front. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Do give this a try on the link under the video. I just love the idea that this is a puzzle. First of all, normal Sudoku rules apply. Then sandwich Sudoku rules apply. So in a row or column with a number outside the grid, all the numbers between the 1 and the 9 in that row or column must add up to 18. So you might have a 1, 9 here, and then you could have, I'm going to just do this on the fly, 2, 7 and 3, 6. And 2, 3, 6, 7 adds up to 18. That would fulfill the instructions. So between the 1 and the 9, whatever is sandwiched there is clued outside the grid. That is how sandwich Sudoku works. Now, between lines, which frankly I barely heard of when we did the logo, so I'm thrilled this works in a puzzle. Between lines says that digits on a line connecting 2 circles must be between the digits in those circles. So if there was an 8 here, there would have to be a 9 and some lower digit in those 2 circles. Or to put it another way, if they were 2 and 8, this couldn't be an 8 or a 2 or a 1 or a 9. It would have to be a number in between them, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. So that is how the rules, those are how the rules work. That is how the rules work. I think that's fair enough. And thrilled with this puzzle. Do have a go at the link. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. And I must have done a combination hybrid of between lines and sandwich before, because I remember an important thing, which I think I had to deduce last time, which is that all these cells on the lines cannot be 1 or 9. Now 1 and 9 are very significant digits in sandwich Sudoku. And traditionally, we often end up marking a sandwich grid with greens where 1 and 9 can't go, and red's where they definitely do go. And some people don't like that colour scheme. They think it should be the other way around because of traffic lights or something. Well, it's what we're used to, so swallow hard. Yeah, this is very helpful. Look at this run of green in row 6. This is absolutely vital. Where do the crusts, which is what we call the 1 and 9, the ends of the sandwich, where do they go in this row? Well, not there, because you couldn't fit 20 into one cell, and if you did it across the whole row, I happen to know they would add up to 35, numbers 2 to 8. So those two are the sandwich crusts. That one goes green because it sees both of them. We could put 1 and 9 in there. In this 18 column, we've got to have at least 3 cells in the sandwich. So the sandwich doesn't run south of this 1, 9. 8 plus 7 is only 15, so you can't have a 2-cell 18 sandwich. I don't know whether it's 3 or 4. This one, I don't know. 2 sums. These are potentially very useful indeed, because a 2 sum implies that there is only one digit between the 1 and the 9. It's a 2, and therefore the 1 and the 9 must be 2 cells apart, like there and there. That has to be the case. And that means, given this green, that this can't be a 1 or 9. Given this green, this can't be. And given both of them, this can't be. So we know the 1 and 9 are in circles in that row, which was always likely. 1 and 9 are good fits for circles in this, but didn't know it was definite. This can't be a 1 or 9 either. In this row with a 2, if you put 1 and 9 there, you'd have 3 red 1 and 9 cells, and we're only going to have 2 in each box. So that's not 1. This isn't 1 either, because it would have its other end there. Oh, right, so this isn't 1 either. And this must be one of the 1s or 9s, because they're either in those 2 cells or in those 2 cells, and either way they share this baby here. So that is a 1 or 9. 2 is going to be in one of those cells. Now in this box they can't be in those 2, so they're at 1. Oh look, sorry, I hadn't noticed. In this box there is only 1 possible red cell left, so that's there. 1 or 9 there. These go green. That goes red, and that goes green, and we've coloured every cell in rows 4, 5 and 6. Good. Now this 18 sum really is relevant. Right, 18 cannot be made up in 4 cells. The smallest sum, 18 must be made up in 4 cells. The smallest sum you can make in 5 cells is 20. As I say that is very relevant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the smallest digits you can put in, and they add up to 20 because there are 5 of them and 4 is the average. So we get a 7, 8 there. Oh, that's interesting. This is either 7 or 8. So in the circle, there must be an 8 or a 9. Okay. Yes, now, what I was saying is, since 5 cells require at least 20, this column, it's only 4 cells, because we know these have to be in it. You couldn't squeeze the 2 crusts above or below this area. So they go green. We can fill in 1 and 9. This is in a row with a 7 clue, so they can't have... yeah, this is brilliant. Okay, the sandwiched amount is 7. That can't take up 3 cells, putting 1 or 9 here, because 1 is not allowed to be part of the sandwich. So it could only be in 2 cells at a maximum or 1 at a minimum. And that means we can put the second red cell in column 2. And we have 4 cells for 18 there and 4 cells for 18 in, column 3 and in column 7 as well. Right. Oh, we can put 2s in, can't we, in these rows from the sandwiches. So there's no 2 there. And this 2 is on a diagonal line, which means, yes, perfect. This means one of its, well, I don't want to call them crusts on the between lines, but one of its circles must be a 1. And this cell is green and is not able to be a 1. So 1 is there. That's red. We can do a bit of colouring. We can do a lot of disambiguating 1s and 9s now, I reckon. 9, 1 in that box, 9, 1 in the row, 9 in the box, 1 in the row, 9 in the column, and I can't do these two yet, but that's quite a lot of 1s and 9s disambiguated, lots of numbers in the grid. Ah, bingo, 9 there. This now can't be an 8, because 9 would have to be in a circle, and a second 9 in column 2, so that's a 7. And there must be an 8 in one of the circles, it's clearly not there. So this is just a small number, and that's, yeah, well, I mean, that line is done subject to us not filling that cell with an impossible digit. Now we don't get a sandwich clue here. We've used almost everything apart from this 12 one, haven't we? Oh, wait, I've just had a brilliant thought. Just as that had to be 7 or 8 and needed a higher number, one of these is a 2, and they're all on between lines. And that means wherever the 2 appears, and therefore in one of these circles, there must be a 1. Well, I think we can tell which 2 don't have a 1, those 2. So this one is specifically a 1. 9 and 1, we get a lot more disambiguation. Might as well colour the rest of the row, although it probably doesn't have much more. It does have impact. Colouring useless rows and columns sometimes pays off. Look, in this box and column, we've clearly only got 2 potential red cells left. And that's really useful here, where the 12 is either a 2 or 3 cell sum, and therefore all of these are green. This can't be a 9 or a 1, so that's green. 1 goes here. You know, that's a 9, that's a 1. There's going to be a 9 in one of those 2 cells. These are green. Oh, I didn't mark the 1 as red. These are now green. Ah, this sees a 1 and a 9, so that's green. Red here is a 9. These go green in the row. Again, 9 in one of these 2, and I don't think we can resolve that. Oh, well, we need a 1 up here, so that's, well, I'll just make them green for a moment, but that one should not be green, that should be red, because that's where 1 has to go. It's being looked at, or sorry, these 2 cells are being looked at by those 2 1s. So we've got all the 1s and 7 of the 9s in. We're just left with a little X-wing. Now, do we do sandwich work or between lines work? Oh, we worked out where the 1 was, and that was because one of these lines had to have a 2 on. So it's got to be this one now. So they don't have a 2. So this has to be smaller than on this line. Clearly this is in between, so this is smaller than that. So 5, 4, 3 or 2 there. Don't know for sure about this. It could go down 5, 4, 3 for instance. This is low. This is higher than 2, which is saying very little. Oh, this is interesting. This is a bit like a thermo. You've got a 1 there and a 9 there, and they're both connected to this circle here. So it's got to go up to that circle through there, and then up further towards the 9s through there. And this can't be a 2. So 3, 4, 5 or 6 there, 4, 5, 6 or 7 there, 5, 6, 7 or 8 in that cell. Can't be 8 actually here, because then one of these 2 would also have to be 9, and they can't be. So we can take 8 out, so that works back down this imaginary thermo. Ah, this is a really good sequence as well, from 1 through this cell to this, and this can't be more than 6. So 3 or 4 there, 4 or 5, and then 5 or 6 by the thermo effect. So one of these is 3 or 4, and the other is 5 or 6. Oh, this goes from 1 to that. Yeah, I mean, we get a thermo along here as well. So this isn't a 2. This is now 2, 3 or 4. This is just bigger and a bit unconstrained. Now, this must be in between, so it's not a 3. And this can't be 1 or 2, so it's Oh, no, I was going to say, so it's not. Ah, okay, I can't say that this isn't a 3, but I can say that this isn't. No, I can't. Yes, I can, because you can't get a lower number into either of those cells. That can't be a 2 because of this, and that can't be a 2 because of multiple reasons. So this isn't a 3. So the 3 in this row, oops, we know where it is. It's here. One of these two is a 4. Oh, I was going to say, surely that makes this a 3. But it makes it a 3 if that's the 4. But it doesn't have to if that is, because this could go 5, 4, 3. So one of those two will be a 3. I don't really want to pencil mark that. I'm just trying to remember it. There is a 4 in one of these lines, and this touches both lines. You can't have it in the circle as well as on the line where a 4 is. So that's not a 4, strangely. I don't think I've stopped it being a 3, and there's a 3 in one of those. Does this? No, this could be higher. This could be 7 or 8. It's not 1, 2, 4, or 9. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, or 8, and one of those two is a 3. Now, what about this cell, which is between oh no, I was just thinking if that goes up, then it's like a thermo, but that could go down to there. This could be higher than that. That can be anything. This, I'm going to pencil mark it. You will accuse me of good living, and you'll be right. Oh, and this can still just go down. But this goes up. There's something going on here. Now we've got 3, 4, 5, and 6 here in this box. Do we know which way this line goes? Not quite. Again, that could go 3, 4, or 5, 5 or 6. Oh, no, I was thinking maybe that can't be 6 or 7, but I don't think I have any grounds for that. Okay, need to think of something else now. Yeah. This is now, yeah, from here through here is now like a thermo, but I think we've got it pencil marked for that already. These are 4 and 5 or 4 and 6. I don't know what that means. Right, sandwiches. Yeah, let's have a look at this sandwich, because these add up to 7 or 8, making these add up to 11 or 10. Now, ostensibly, there's a few ways that that can happen, but actually, the 11 sums can't be 2, 9, or 5, 6, because that would break that. So if it's an 11 sum, it's 4, 7, or 3 there and 8 there. Oh, it can't be 3 here. It's not in the pencil marking because that can't be 2 or 1. So neither can be a 3. So if this is a 7 sum, it's 4, 7. Now if that's a 6, then these two have to add up to 10 without using 2, 8 or 6, 4, because 6 would be there, or 3, 7, because neither of these can be a 3. So that can't be a 6. I think there's only one way to fill this. Let me just check that. If this is a 6, and this breaks, I think, 6 there, 2 there, this can't be 6, 4 or 2, 8, and it can't be 3, 7, because that cell can't be a 3 and this one can't be. So that doesn't work. So this is a 5. These two add up to 11, and they're not 5, 6, 2, 9, or 3, 8. They are 4, 7. Now this can't be a 7 anymore. Does that affect this? No. Does it mean that's lower? No, not quite. This could still just go down. 6, 5, 3. It cannot do that. Remember, one of these two cells had to be a 3. Oh yes, no, it can do that. Oh, I'm losing my mind. 6, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it can. Curses. Right, we've got 3, 6, and 8 to place here. Oh, look, this is on a line touching a 5, so that's now a 4. That's good. Isn't that good? Doesn't do much. 8, 1, 9, 4. No, they're not resolved. So that line is finished. Oh, this doesn't have a 5. It's a 4, 6 pair now. But that doesn't... I mean, this could still go 5, 4, 3 going upwards. Now this seems unlikely to be a 4. If that was a 4, this has to be 3. Then you get 5 here for definite, 6 here, 7 here, and 8 here, if that's a 4. Does that happen whenever this is a 3? That becomes 4 or 5, that becomes 5 or 6, this becomes 6 or 7, and that's high, 7 or 8. Oh, this can't be a 6 anymore because of the 4, 6 pair now. Now, if this is low, 3 or 5, it's trapping a 4 there. Then that would be a 6. This would be a 7, and that's impossible. If this was 3 or 5, with 4 there, this becomes a 6. That becomes a 7 to be between 6 and 9. And this is low with that as a 7, but this cannot be 8. How have we decided that earlier? Oh, it's lower than this, yes. Yes, so that does not work. So this is not low. No, yes, this is not low. And one of these two had to be a 3. So that's here. Brilliant. So this comes between, oh no, I can't resolve those. Let's take out the corner mark. They're both ascending to 7 or 8. Now this is clearly descending, so this can't be 6, this can't be 3. Ah, and what's going on here? This is descending up, down to there. I mean, up physically, but down in numerical terms. Yes, it must be. That doesn't really help, actually. 6. Oh, this can't be 6 because it's in the same box as a pair. Now, if this was 5, 7, 8. Oh, then that would become 4 and that would become 7. That seems all right. I can't see why there's a problem there. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm just going to have a look at this 7 sum. If it's one cell, it's just a 7 there with a 9 there. Then we get a 9 here. This would have to be a 5, 7 sum. Which it can't be. I'm just going to pencil mark these cells. Let me just check this. Those are from 5, 6, 7. For this to be 12 in 2 cells, can't use an 8, it would have to be 5 and 7, and you couldn't fill these two. Perfect. So that is not 12 in 2 cells, it's 12 in 3. Let's get rid of that corner marking. We can now red cell that and that, finish the colouring with a green there, and put in the 2 9s. I was tempted to make them a 9 and a 1 for mad reasons. And now these two do add up to 7, they can't use 1 or 2. So that's a 3, 4 pair. Now that's getting exciting. If that can't be 3 or 4, this is now 7 for definite. 4 there. This has to be 7 as well because we're ascending up here. 7, 8. This hasn't really been affected. 8 there, so we knew we were ascending here. So we've got a 3 and a 5 to place in those. This can't be 4 because I've got a 3, 4 pair. So now this is a 5, 6 pair. That doesn't really help. It takes 5 out of there. 6, 7, 9. This is 2 or 8. No, this is a naked single. Look, it sees 1, 2, a 3, 4 pair in the box, a 5, 6 pair in the box, and 7 and 9. So that has to be 8. This is a 2, 7 pair that I can fill in. This all feels very helpful, which is an inevitable sign of grinding to a halt. No, I can place 7 in that box, 6 and 8 there. This can't be 4 or 6, it's either 3 or 5 now. Can I not get any traction on this? Not really. Oh, I've got this other 18 sum. Ah, 2, 4 and 6 would be the maximum, which is 12. So 6 would be the minimum here, but it couldn't be that because you'd get 2 6s. So this is 7 or 8 at the top. Now, if it's an 8, that's 3 and 5. If it's a 7, the other two add up to 9. Oh, 3 and 6 or 4 and 5, but this isn't a 4 at least. And after that, oh no, hang on, was this a 5 in both versions? If this was a 6, you can't make, yeah, you can make those add up to 10. 7, 3, 6. If it's a 5, 7 and 4, or 8 and 3, oh, that's irritating. Right, that can't be a 7, so one of those two is a 7. Oh, I'd forgotten the 12 sum. How are we going to do that? It could be 7, 3, 2. It could be 2 and a 4, 6 pair. Can it be 3, 4, 5? I think it actually can. How frustrating. Okay, that's not getting us done. Not sure what is. We've done, that is the last sandwich thing. Oh, well, there's that still to resolve. Then, and that. Have we done all the between lines? I think whatever we put in every one of them from the candidates satisfies them all. Yeah, so they're resolved. So now it's Sudoku from here on in, I believe. Okay, how do we go about this? 3, 2, 1, 7, 2, 1, 9, 1, 8, 2. The central column looks helpful. No, I'm not seeing how. 5, 6 pair. So everything else in this row is 2, 3, or 4. Also here we've got a pair, 9, 3, 4, 1. This doesn't look like the way to go about this at all. How do we finish it off? I haven't missed any sandwich work. I really don't think I have. I've got all the crusts. It's just this one. Am I wrong about this having alternatives? If that's a 4, now they can add up to 10 with a 6 there, or they can add up to 11 in 2 ways with a 5 there, and neither of those conflict with each other. Doesn't affect this as far as I can see. Wow, okay. Spartacus has a sting in his tail today, and that is for sure. 7 is in one of those two cells, forming a sort of X-wing with those two. 2 somewhere there. 9, 7, again one of those. 8, one of those. Yeah, this is 3, 4, 5, and 6, 5 or 6. I don't see. Ah, there's a 3 X-wing, a sort of bent one there. So, oh no, we've got the 3 down here. That doesn't do anything. Oh, that is either 3 or 5. If it was a 5, that's 6, which doesn't resolve those. I don't know. Sorry, I'm missing something here. Have I missed a line? Don't think so. Right, let's just keep going. Come on, perseverance with nothing else. There's a 7 in one of those two cells. 3 is probably in one of those. 9, 1, 8, 2 is in one of those two. And therefore one of these two. 9, 1, 8. Oh, I've got to think about this sum again, haven't I? It doesn't have to be a... Okay, so if it's 3, 4, 5, let's pencil mark the whole thing. If it's 3, 4, 5, 3's in one of those, 4, 5 go there. That would be 6 or 8. Oh, if it's... Yeah, but if it's 2, 3, 7, it goes 2, 3, 7, and that's the only way to get a 7 here. And if it is 2, 4, 6, what then? 2 again here, 4 and 6 in these cells, which is really unhelpful. If that was a 4, 6 pair, we'd have 5 there. Yeah, 7 is either there and there, or in those two alternate positions. I'm just looking around, looking helplessly around. Where does 4 go in one of those? In column 9. Maybe it's this cell. This doesn't quite form a 3, 4, 5, 6 quad, does it? 2, 1, 9. Oh, I cannot work this out. Is it the total? These add up to 12 or 13. These obviously add up to 18. These are going to add up to... The trouble is it's too variable. It's not anything fixed. Oh, I must just be missing a number looking at another one. 1, 7, 9, 3, 4. Those are from 2, 5, 6, and 8. That's 5, 6, or 8. 3. Wow, what is going on here, guys? Is it this sum again? Okay, these 3, I can tell what they add up to by being the outies. 18 plus 10 is 28, so these add up to 17. Then let's add these, 27, 35. So these 3 add up to 10. Ah, well that's not a 7 anymore, or a 6, because we can't have a 1 there. Is that really it? 18, 28, these add up to 17, 27, 35. Take it away from the secret number of 45. These 3 add up to 10. If that was 7 or 6, we'd need a 1 in there. So that is 5. And these are a 2, 3 pair. This is a 4, 6, 7 set. I don't know how they go, but I do know what it means for the column. 5, 8, 3. Yes, that maths works. Wow, why was I so slow to see that? Never mind. Got there in the end. 3, 5. That 5 fixes 6 and 5. The 3, oops, what did I do there? Pressed 0. The 3 in the middle cell fixes 4 and 3. These are a 4, 8 pair. That's a 5. We have 6 and 7 to go in here. 6, 4 pair's been resolved. The lines are still good. That's a 6 with a 7 here. Those aren't 6s. 6 is at the top of the column, not there. Now we are home. That is a naked single 4, and beside it we have a 5, and 3 and 8 over there, places 4 and 2 in row 2. This is now a 7. I don't want to make a mistake now. 7, 6. Oh, this 6, 8 is done. I can't do 2, 5 at the top. Now this sum, if that's 6 or 7, we need a 2 in the sum. Yeah. So that's a 2, 4, 6. That's how it's going to work. 8, 3, 7, 5, and then in this final column, final row, sorry, 3, 6, 4, 8. Oh man, what's happened here? No, not 8. Why have you put 8? Because you put a 4 there. Why have you put a 4 there? 7 there. 4 here. That's better. Said I don't want to make a mistake. Immediately make one. It's me all over. There we go. Phew! Lovely puzzle, Aspartagus. Oh, I said we might have a look next at the Cracking the Cryptic puzzle. So, as I said, let's just call it up. We have to get the letters of Cracking the Cryptic into the circles. Now, I can't enter letters here, but let's restart. Now, the way to look at this puzzle is to note that in the phrase Cracking the Cryptic, C appears next to these different letters. R, A, K, E, R, and I. So 5 different letters. Now, which of these cells has 5 lines leading away from it? Well, there is only one of them, and it's there. So that would have to be the C. I don't know how to represent a C here. Let's stick a 6 in it, because that curls around a bit like a C. Then you can kind of look at the strings of letters and work out what the other letters have to touch. And I think there is only one triangle. Oh no, we've got 2 triangles of letters. One here and one here. So this is where C is touching 2 letters that touch each other somewhere in the phrase. So let me just try and think about that without actually having the phrase. Actually, let's get up the phrase. There we go. C, what did I say? R, A, K, E, and I. Well, K touches I. So that's one of the triangles. And R touches A, so that's the other one. So these have to involve R, A, and K, I, and E must be up here. Let's put a 3 because that's kind of a backwards E. And that's quite interesting. So now you can trace an H here because that's the other letter that touches E. I'm going to put an 8 because that's the 8th letter of the alphabet. This has to be a T. Maybe that looks like a 7. So we've got the C. Now we have to think again. We have to kind of work out, one of these was K and I, and the other one was, what was it? R and A. And one of those letters only touches C and its fellow. So that's in R and A. Cracking the Cryptic. Is it? R and A only. Oh no, actually these are analogous, right. In one of the cases, the letter that doesn't only touch the other, so R is one of those and must be in one of those 2 cells. The other one in K and I is K, that only touches C and I. So those are R and K in some order, and these are A and I. Now of A and I, one of them only touches one other letter. I got this the wrong way around, I have, haven't I? It's A. Oh yes, R touches other letters, so that's A and I. One of them touches T only, and that only touches P. Oh no, one of them touches T. We put T there. Thank goodness I remembered. 7 is T. So this is I. That's obviously 1. This is between C and I, so it's K. I'm going to put that as a 0 for now. CI, so NG must go around here. Let's put a 4 for N and another 7 for G because I'm running out of numbers. So this goes CKINGTHEC. So R has to be here. What will we put for R? We'll use the number 9. A is down here now, we'll use another 1. And then we've got YP to get back to that T, and that completes it. I don't know what to put for Y, I haven't used a 5, and 2 for a P. And there we go. So sorry I couldn't do that with letters, but that's just an explanation of the logic behind the puzzle and how to solve it. Quite straightforward, really. Thank you for watching, as always. Very much hope to see you again on the channel soon. Don't forget the Patreon contest coming up in 4 days. Bye for now.